This time of the year, small bluegills are abundant in almost every body of water, and Griff's been smoking them on some small bluegill patterns. So today, we thought we'd just sit down, break down Griff's 3 favorite ways to get bit when they are keyed in on that small, tiny panfish bite. Let's have some fun. Welcome back, guys. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, the Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined by my sleepy buddy, Griff. You look very tired today, Griff.
Tired.
So this time of the year is so fun, right? You gotta get up at 1 o'clock in the morning to get out there for sunrise, or you gotta stay up until 1 p.m. to be out there at sunset.
Yeah.
Don't you love it? Yeah, so welcome to zombie time for us here at the Hookup Tackle. We're trying to go hard, but the hours are playing a role in catching up. Let's get into today's topic, which is small bluegill baits.
Small bluegill baits.
Now, we're kind of, we're in the summer now, right? Obviously, every spring, bass fishermen switch their minds to bluegill profile things.
Yes.
Because it's easy, because everybody's looking in the shallows and the bluegills move up, they spawn, you get these brim beds. It's very easy to say, oh, look, there's bluegills, let's throw something bluegill oriented, right?
Yep.
And then something happens around June, and then everybody kind of forgets about bluegill, and then they go back to their shad colors or their crawfish colors, right? And then it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
But all those bluegills that we just saw spawning for the last 3 months, all those eggs have hatched.
Yeah.
And all the shallows and mid columns are now covered in these tiny bluegills.
Yes.
Anywhere from 1 inch to 3 inches. They're obviously not as easy to see, right? You might see like fry balls, and we initially think like, oh, there's fry, it's gotta be bass fry. But it's not always bass fry. It could be carp fry, tilapia fry, and tons of bluegill fry.
Tons.
Yeah.
Like, they do it big. When they spawn, they do it big.
They do. So this is a technique, or basically a type of bait that we utilize a lot here between Griff and myself. And we find that there's a lot of times where it could be the best option because nobody else is really doing it. There's
Correct.
like this strange switch that once the spawn is done, that everybody stops throwing bluegill things and everybody switches to shad, topwater, and which of course is a great idea also. But this is kind of like a sneaky little thing that you can slip behind people. We fish real heavily pressured things.
Heavy.
Like the places you fish from shore,
Yeah.
every time I go there, there's like 57 people there, and it's like, bro, how do you even catch a bass?
Dude, I went the other day. It was literally 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And it was like the break of dawn. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get to my spots. Every spot I went to, someone was already there.
Of course. Yeah. So if you guys experience similar fishing, whether it's in small bodies of water or big, maybe this is a sneaky little thing that you can do to slip in behind some of those guys and show the fish presentations and baits that they may not be seeing from anybody else.
Yes.
Okay, let's jump in. We've got your 3 favorite options here. 2 are a soft bait, 1 is a hard bait. Where do you want me to start?
Let's start with the hard baits.
Here you
All
go,
right.
sir. Talk to us about what you got.
Okay, so the Baitsanity Micro BFS Gill.
Okay.
Right, so this is pretty new to the market. It's like not even a year, right?
Yeah,
Is it
well, I
a
mean,
year?
technically, it's only been for sale since February.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had them now for a little over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, super cool. There's not many bluegill hard baits on the market that actually do anything,
Okay.
right? They look amazing. They all swim good. They get this little slow, methodical swim, but with this one, you can really manipulate this one to do a lot of things.
Okay.
So I work it hard every time I use it. I just keep it snappy. It looks like a bluegill running away.
Okay.
Has that cool roll to it, and it's really, really like, the movements are super snappy. The colors are super sick on this one,
Okay.
right? I think it's pretty realistic the way that it moves. That's
Okay.
why. And they eat
When
it
you
up.
say you work it really hard, are you utilizing your rod? Are you utilizing your reel? Because it is designed to be a kind of a choppy glide bait. So most larger glide baits, I think people are used to, doing kind of reel turns. What are you doing for this one?
Oh, it's my rod. I'm just like snap. Like just
Okay, so you're just kind of twitching, almost like walking a topwater bait?
kind of, but
Okay.
faster. And
Okay.
It's just like, and I get that bait going.
Okay.
And it's almost like in my head I feel like on every cast I'm gonna catch a fish.
Okay.
They just come and eat it. It's super small.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Spec this out, 2.25 inches, and I think this one goes.
It's about 3.5 grams.
3.8 grams.
Yeah. So when you add any kind of weight to it, it brings it up towards that 4 gram mark. Give me one of those. Let's take one out of the package and show them. Do you have any colors that you prefer? I mean, they're all pretty much natural bluegill patterns. Do you have a preference to anything, or how do you pick a color?
So the color, obviously, hell yeah, gill. It's my favorite.
Okay, Griff's signature.
There it is.
Okay, so here's a look at the bait just out of package. I know most of you guys have seen us posting about this, but it's super small.
Small. It's tiny.
I mean, it's exactly the size of what those fish are feeding on now. So super edible size. Yeah. Are you weighting it?
Yeah. So I fish in current.
Yep.
Like 99% of the time.
Okay.
So this bait floats right out of the box, right out of the package. I have to weight it.
Okay.
It comes with these 2 little weights, but I add a lot more weight to it.
You add more weight.
Yeah.
Okay. So you asked me to grab a couple of packs. Baitsanity also sells the weights that come with it. So it comes with these smaller stick-on weights that are designed for the BFS, but you asked me to get this bigger size.
Yeah. So the bigger size weight, I can cut it and I can put it exactly where I want it.
Okay.
And then I can, because I'm not going to add 2 grams of weight on it. That's a lot of weight.
Right. Yeah, it would just sink it like a rock. So you're not being overly scientific about the weight.
Yeah.
You're just eyeballing what you think works, and you stick it on and see how, and if it sinks good enough, you're good with it?
Yep.
Okay.
So I just take one of these.
Yep.
I'll cut it up and I'll just lay it down the belly.
Okay.
And then put it in the water and watch it sink. I'm like, all right, that's good right there.
When you say belly, are you talking about the back side of the eye or the front side?
So I want it to be even, so I'll put some on the front and then some on the back.
Okay, so you try to balance it out on both sides of this hook eye.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the best way that I've figured how to do it.
Okay.
I watch all the swim baiters talk about it, and that's how they say it with the big stuff.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's just a small version of that.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else we need to know about the Micro BFS Glide Gill?
Well, it comes in a ton of colors.
Okay.
My favorite colors will be the Hell Yeah Gill.
Okay.
The Essa Gill is super dope. I think
Okay.
it's one of the more...
That's the one I was just holding up.
This color right here is probably the one that matches almost every bluegill in every water system.
Okay.
Right, so some specific water systems have bluegills that look different.
Yep.
But the Essa Gill is pretty much, you can find that color pattern everywhere.
It's a nice natural pattern. Of course, there's bluegills, dark gills, female gills. Are you trying to just pay attention to what you're seeing in the water and then just kind of matching?
Yeah, I'm looking.
What you're seeing?
I'm looking in the water. We have a lot of tilapia too.
Okay.
So I think that the Hell Yeah Gill kind of matches closer to those.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like when we're out there and we're fishing, we see a lot of shad stuff going on.
Yep.
We're visually seeing it. I took David out the other day and he was going nuts just watching the shad just go. The shad were just flickering all over.
It was so great.
What
dude.
is that? What is that? I was like, stop paying attention to that. That's just shad. I was
Right.
like, tell him, don't worry about that.
Right.
That's just shad. But we know, we know that the gills are there.
Right.
We catch them, we're not watching the bass chase the shad.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But we know they got to be eating.
Right.
The gills are down there. The babies are a super easy meal. Like they haven't learned how to escape yet. They just know how to go.
Right.
So that's why I like that one right there.
Cool option, and this is an option that you can cover a lot of ground with quickly. So you can fish it hard like you're saying and move pretty quick and cover a lot of area.
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, what is number 2 for you?
Number 2 for me will be the gimme.
Now you picked the small size. There's multiple sizes of the gimme. For those of you who aren't familiar, this is from Bottom Up. They have a 3-inch size, they have a large size, and then this is what I consider to be their mini size, which is the 2.4-inch size. So it's more of a finesse / bait finesse size depending on how you're rigging it.
Yeah.
Okay. So talk to me about this bait.
Yeah. So I just call it the BFS gimme or the baby gimme.
Yeah. Here, let's hold it up to the Micro BFS Glide Gill just so you can see a side by side. So almost the same size.
Yeah, they're very, very close.
So you've got a hard bait option, you've got a soft bait option here. Okay. So talk to me about the gimme and why you like this one.
Okay. So the gimme, I like it because it's small. It's not too small.
Okay.
Right. But all these fins right here, they catch a lot of water. like the water and the air gets stuck in them. So it does a ton of moving, right? You can move it very slow and the tail's gonna move. Those fins are gonna kind of shake in the water, or these, I don't know if they're fins, but these little pieces right here.
Yeah.
So it adds a little bit more resistance to what you're doing.
Okay.
So it's not moving too fast. It's not moving too fast towards you, but it's moving a lot.
Okay, so it's giving a push of water because of the resistance, and it's creating movement. A small package has a lot of movement going on.
Yeah,
Okay.
it does a ton of stuff when it's down there.
Okay.
The profile is right. It comes in a lot of amazing colors.
Yep.
And then it's small enough for the bass to not be intimidated by it. They'll just eat it up, put it in their mouth to see what's going on, and then you catch a lot of fish on it.
Okay, how are you rigging this thing? What's your favorite rigging?
My favorite rigging is a free rig.
Free rig. Okay, so I've got some stuff here.
So the 1/0 Infini hook is the hook that I find fits it well.
Okay.
It's gonna be short, but
What's going to be short?
the hook, it's gonna be short in the bait.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it'll fit a 2/0.
Okay.
If you want a hook that's gonna extend all the way to the back,
Yeah.
I like to keep space so I can get a little bit more action in there.
Okay, I'm actually surprised the 1/0 fits that
Oh,
well, because it seems like such a small bait, and a 1/0 seems like such a big hook.
Oh no, yeah, it's small.
But it fits it well.
Yeah.
So this is something that you could use as a bait finesse technique, but it's a big enough hook where you could use it as just a straight finesse technique with a spinning rod.
Oh yeah, definitely.
10, 12 pound line.
Easy.
Yeah, okay.
Super easy.
Okay.
Yeah, so the 1/0 right there.
Mhm.
And then your favorite free rig weight, I like the 3/32 size.
So you like going small.
Yeah, super light.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not moving this bait a ton because like I said, I fish in current.
Okay.
So the current is gonna do the movement for me.
Okay.
I just need to add a little bit of lift to get that fall.
Okay.
And then let that bait just like bounce down the current.
Yep.
It does a lot for me.
Okay.
All the way up to an 1/8.
Okay.
Yeah, the 1/8 is the heaviest I'm going. Obviously, for you guys adjust the weight to what you're doing. If you're fishing in 25 foot of water, I wouldn't recommend this because
Right, you might want to go to a 3/16 or a quarter
Yeah.
to get it down there quicker.
Yeah.
But a quick note on current. You're fishing a lot of times like a river system that has built-in current. I know a lot of you guys fish river systems as well. But current exists in still bodies of water like 95% of the time also.
Yeah.
So it could exist in a couple of different ways. If you live on a lake that has a power generating dam where they release water, it's creating current. You may not see rapids,
Yeah.
right? But that water is creating a current, and you guys know that usually when they're releasing water, they're pumping water up or down, that usually generates activity in the bass. That's because there's now some movement. So this gimme is such a small bait and all those ribs that it may seem like you're fishing a still lake, but if they're pulling, that bait is doing little micro movements down there, which is what a real bluegill would look like.
Yeah.
If you guys are fishing a larger lake and you're getting wind, same thing. Now you have wind current, right? So you're seeing waves, you're seeing whitecaps, you're seeing wind. It's also now creating current. So even with it just kind of sitting there and you not doing anything, that water is kind of moving it in a very natural way.
Yeah, it's never sitting still, right? So
Right.
the bass always have something to look at. If they're kind of being weird about it, there's something that's going to make it move, and it's going to snap them. It's going to snap in their brain, and they're going to want to eat it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and you have one more bait, so let me trade you. Talk to me about this one. A very similar bait, but different.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
When you need to go micro,
okay.
I like the bull flat.
Okay.
2-inch bull flat.
Okay.
All right. The size difference in length is not too much different than the gimme,
Okay.
right? But the profile of the bait is tiny.
Let's open it up. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. Now, the bull flat is a bait that we talk about a lot on the bigger size. Like, I love the 4/8. Jeff throws the 5/8 a lot, right? A lot of guys fish the 3/8 and the 3, like on a free rig. But the 2 is kind of so here's the gimme, and then there's the bull flat. So 2-inch bull flat, pretty substantial size difference actually,
Yeah.
especially on the body.
Yeah, the profile is just crazy. It's super thin, it's flat, it's more solid, it doesn't have the ribs on there.
Okay.
So when this one falls, it hangs a little bit differently.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not gonna go straight to the bottom with a wiggle, it's just gonna kind of hang around in there, especially if you get it in moving water.
Okay.
It's never gonna touch the bottom.
So it's less movement, more profile
Yeah.
on this one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you fishing it?
So same way,
Free rig?
Free rig,
Okay.
or I'm gonna put a bean on there. I'm
Okay.
kind of just gonna drag it.
Okay, and this is what you had set aside. Now, can you drop shot this?
You can drop shot at 100%.
Okay.
And then you're gonna get more action out of
Okay.
it, right?
Okay.
Put a nose hook on there, or even the same hook that you will use when running on a free rig.
Yep.
And you kind of just, if you shake a drop shot, I mean, you're gonna get
More
a ton.
tail movement out
Yeah.
of it. Okay, so that might be a good option if you guys have some moss or some weed growth on the bottom. A drop shot might be good just to keep the bait above those weeds. If you have, say, 2 feet of weeds, you could do a 2 foot and a 2.5 foot leader, right? And that'll give you a few inches of room from the top of the weeds to your bait, where you can just keep it right on the top of the weeds.
Yeah.
Might be very realistic looking that way. But how are you liking it with the beans?
Yeah. So size 1 or size 1, Ryugi Infini.
Okay.
All right. The Infini is important to me with these small baits because of how thin the wire is on
Okay.
these, right?
Yeah.
If you get with those thicker hooks, you kind of just break the plastic and
Okay.
kind of messes them up.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
The 1/8 bean is probably, I think it's the smallest size bean that we have.
1/8 ounce.
Or yeah, 1/8 ounce.
Yeah.
Or 1/8.
A thought, yeah. It's a good tired way of describing weight.
In my head, I was like, what are you talking about?
You griffed the shit out of that one.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's a tiny little tungsten bean. It's on the heavier side as in the 1/8 for what I'm doing.
Okay.
But, I mean, obviously, you guys do whatever you feel like doing. If you need an 1/8, you run an 1/8.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
God, it's so tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So it's
then-
kind of just a replacement for a worm weight. You could use a worm weight here as well. The bean just kind of structures it different. It hangs a little bit different, so it separates a little bit different. It de-snags a little bit easier than a traditional worm weight, which is why we like the bean. But
Yeah, so the bean kind of hangs under the bait. Yeah, so the bean hangs under the bait. So when you're dragging it, you're not dragging the weight, the bait, the hook, and everything. It kind of sits it up. And I think it just drags a little bit better than like a bullet weight or something like that.
Okay.
And then I'll drag it and then fish.
Okay. So when do you choose the 2-inch bull flat over the 2.4 gimme?
So I'm gonna always start with the gimme.
Okay, so gimme's your first choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start with the gimme.
Okay.
Because I don't necessarily need to go that small.
Okay.
But I start with the gimme. If they're not biting or if I'm getting a lot of short strikes,
Yep.
I'm gonna switch over to the bull flat.
Okay.
And I know that they're eating it, so I'm gonna catch them.
Okay. All right. Great. Anything else we need to know about tiny little bluegill baits and how to catch fish this summer?
The rods that I'm using for the soft baits.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Obviously, the gill, I'm using the Baitsanity, or the Baitsanity gill, I'm using the Baitsanity BFS rod.
Okay.
It's one of the best rods for that technique.
Okay.
It's super cool.
Yep.
But we rarely ever talk about soft finesse baits, like the BFS soft baits.
It's not as popular to the majority of people. Super popular to those that are in that lane,
Yeah.
right? In the bait finesse lane, but certainly not as popular to most people. So talk to me about the rods you're using for the soft baits.
Okay, yeah. The Raid Power Bait Finesse.
Okay.
And the Megabass P5 Bait Finesse.
Okay.
Right, these rods are super similar. They're fast rods, super sensitive, so you can feel all that bottom contact. You can feel the bites when they happen. There's a big difference in length of the rods. One's a 6'10", one's a 6'10", one's a 6'5", but I feel like they perform almost identically.
They're very similar tapers, I would say. So the Megabass P5 bait finesse rod is the 6'10". That's going to be the longer option here. The taper's almost the same as the power bait finesse. It just lengthens the bend.
Yeah.
Right? So I would say for more open water, like lake style fishing where you're making a big cast, I would go to the bait finesse rod.
Yep.
And really that bait finesse rod is a soft plastics rod.
Yeah.
It's built for it.
Oh yeah.
If you guys are fishing shore, tighter quarters, accuracy or just being able to be nimble is important. That power bait finesse is a fire rod.
Yeah,
that doesn't get spoken about very much.
It's weird. So when I was fishing, I did some on my kayak and I did some from the bank. I was exactly like that. I was more comfortable with the P5 from the kayak, and then more comfortable from the bank with the power bait finesse.
Yeah.
So that makes sense what you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. But both rods are phenomenal. They do it really, really, really well.
Yep.
The sensitivity in a tiny little rod like this is crazy.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a good rod, it makes a big difference. Are you going braid to leader?
Yeah, braid to leader
Okay.
the whole time.
Okay.
I run that 21-pound Seagar PX8.
Okay.
And then I run it to, I've been using a 7-pound fluorocarbon leader.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Griff, thank you for breaking this down and spending some time, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, you can be released now to go sleep. It's always, I feel like vampires this time of the year, don't you?
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then you try to schedule, and the scheduling just doesn't work.
There is no such thing as a schedule in the summer,
Yeah.
but it's dope. So if you guys have any questions on anything we talked about today, from the baits, the riggings, the rods, whatever, drop it down below or find either one of us on Instagram. We're happy to help and make sure you guys are enjoying this, you know, small finesse bluegill style presentations. And on behalf of myself and Griff and David, thank you guys for watching these videos. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for your support. We will see you guys again very soon on our next one. For now, it's peace. Later. Thanks, Griff.